The spaceship landed quietly in the empty field behind the apartment building. It was 3 in the morning, and nobody saw it. The ship was small and round like a silver ball. A door opened, and a tall figure stepped out into the cold night air. The alien's name was Vera. She came from a planet called North, which was very far from Earth. Vera had purple skin and large golden eyes. Her hair was white like snow, and she was very thin. She wore a simple gray suit that covered her whole body. Vera looked around at the Earth buildings. Everything looked strange to her. The buildings were made of brick and concrete. On her planet, all buildings were made of crystal and light. She took a deep breath. The air smelled different here. It smelled like grass and smoke and something sweet. She walked toward the apartment building. Her mission was simple. She had to live with humans for 1 year and learn about their ways. The Galactic Council wanted to know if humans were ready to join the other planets. Vera was chosen because she was young and smart. The apartment was on the 3rd floor. Vera climbed the stairs slowly. Her legs felt heavy on this planet. Earth had stronger gravity than North. She found the door with the number 37 on it. She knocked 3 times. The door opened, and a young woman stood there. She had short black hair and kind eyes. She wore pink pajamas with little cats on them. She looked very sleepy. "Hello?" the woman said. "You must be my new roommate." "I am Su Min." "I am Vera," the alien said. "Thank you for accepting me into your home." Su Min smiled and stepped aside. Come in. Come in. You must be tired from your journey." Vera walked into the apartment. It was small, but warm. There was a living room with a soft couch and a television. She could see a tiny kitchen through a doorway. Everything was decorated with plants and colorful pictures. "Your home is beautiful," Vera said. "Thank you," Su Min replied. "It is not much, but it is comfortable." "Are you hungry? I can make you something to eat." Vera thought about this question. On her planet, they did not eat food like humans did. They absorbed energy from special crystals. But the Galactic Council had changed her body before she came to Earth. Now she could eat human food. She had never tried it before, as Vera said. "I would like to try human food." Su Min's eyes got wide with excitement. "You have never eaten human food before? This is wonderful. I love cooking. Let me make you something special." She ran into the kitchen. Vera followed her slowly. The kitchen was very small. There was a stove, a refrigerator, and many cabinets. Strange tools hung from the walls. Vera did not know what any of them were for. "Sit here," Su Min said, pointing to a small chair near the counter. "Watch and learn. Cooking is one of the best things about being human." Vera sat down and watched carefully. Su Min opened the refrigerator and took out many things. She took out eggs, green onions, and a red paste in a jar. She also took out white rice from a machine on the counter. "First, I will make you something simple," Su Min said. "This is called fried rice. It is a basic dish, but it is very delicious." She put a pan on the stove and turned on the fire. Vera jumped back in surprise. On her planet, they did not use fire for anything. Fire was dangerous and wild. "Do not worry," Su Min laughed. "The fire stays in the stove. It will not hurt you." Vera nodded, but stayed alert. She watched as Su Min poured oil into the pan. The oil made a hissing sound. Then Su Min cracked the eggs and dropped them into the pan. The eggs changed from clear liquid to white solid. It was like magic. "This is called cooking," Su Min explained. "Heat changes the food. It makes it safe to eat and gives it flavor." Vera found this fascinating. On North, nothing changed form like this. Everything stayed the same always. But on Earth, things could transform into something new. Su Min added the rice to the pan. She stirred everything together with a flat tool. The kitchen filled with a wonderful smell. Vera had never smelled anything like it. Her stomach made a strange sound. "That means you are hungry," Su Min said with a smile. "Your body knows it wants food." Finally, Su Min put the red paste into the pan. She mixed it with everything else. The rice turned red, and the smell became even stronger. Vera felt something strange in her mouth. Water was forming on her tongue. That is called drooling, Su-min said. It happens when food smells very good. Your body is getting ready to eat. Su-min put the fried rice into a bowl. She placed it in front of Vera with 2 metal sticks. These are called chopsticks, Su-min explained. But if they are too hard to use, I can give you a spoon. Vera picked up the chopsticks. She tried to hold them like Su-min showed her. It was very difficult. The chopsticks kept falling from her fingers. Her purple hands were not made for this kind of work. Here, Su-min said kindly. She gave Vera a spoon instead. Use this. There is no shame in using a spoon. Vera took the spoon and looked at the food. The rice was red and shiny. Pieces of egg were mixed in. The green onions added color. It looked like art. Go ahead, Su-min said. Take a bite. Vera put the spoon into the rice. She lifted it to her mouth. She closed her eyes and put the food on her tongue. Suddenly, her whole world changed. The taste exploded in her mouth like a star being born. It was salty and spicy and sweet all at once. The rice was soft and warm. The egg was smooth and rich. The red paste made her lips tingle with heat. Vera's eyes flew open. She could not speak. She had never experienced anything like this in her entire life. On Norith, energy crystals gave them strength, but no pleasure. This food gave her both. Do you like it? Su-min asked nervously. Vera looked at her human roommate. A tear rolled down her purple cheek. This is the most beautiful thing I have ever experienced, Vera said. How do you humans survive with such wonders every day? Su-min laughed happily. We have thousands of different foods. Each one tastes different. Welcome to Earth, Vera. I think you are going to love it here. Vera looked back at the bowl. She took another bite, then another. She could not stop. The fried rice was gone in minutes. She looked at the empty bowl with sadness. Can I have more? Vera asked quietly. Su-min clapped her hands together. Of course. And tomorrow, I will take you to meet my friend Jae-ho. He owns a restaurant. He will show you even more amazing food. Amber did not know what a restaurant was, but she could not wait to find out. If all human food was this wonderful, then Earth was truly a magical planet. She looked at Su-min with grateful eyes. Thank you, Vera said. Thank you for sharing this gift with me. Su-min patted Vera's shoulder gently. This is just the beginning, my alien friend. Just wait until you try chocolate. Vera did not know what chocolate was, but she already knew that she would love it. My alien roommate tries human food for the first time the next morning. Vera woke up to a wonderful smell. She opened her golden eyes and looked around the small bedroom. Su-min had given her this room for the year. It had a soft bed, a wooden desk, and a window that looked out at the city. Vera got out of bed and followed the smell. Her nose led her to the kitchen. Su-min was standing at the stove again. She was wearing a yellow apron and humming a happy song. Good morning, Su-min said. Did you sleep well? I did not sleep, Vera admitted. On my planet, we do not need sleep. But I lay in the bed and thought about the fried rice. I cannot stop thinking about it. Su-min laughed loudly. You are already becoming a food lover. That is very human of you. Sit down. I made breakfast. Vera sat at the small table. Su-min placed several dishes in front of her. There was a bowl of white soup with green vegetables floating in it. There was rice in a stone bowl that was still cooking and making a crackling sound. There were small dishes with different colored vegetables, and there was more of that delicious red paste. This is a traditional Korean breakfast, Su-min explained. The soup is called seaweed soup. The rice in the hot bowl is called bibimbap. You mix everything together and eat it. Vera did not know where to start. Everything looked so beautiful and smelled so good. She decided to try the soup first. She lifted the bowl to her lips and took a small sip. The soup was warm and gentle. It tasted like the ocean, but in a good way. The seaweed was soft and slippery. It slid down her throat and made her feel calm and peaceful. This soup is very different from the fried rice, Vera said. It is quiet and soft. The fried rice was loud and exciting. Su-min nodded happily. Yes, you understand food already. Different foods have different personalities. Some are bold and spicy. Some are gentle and comforting. That is the beauty of human cooking. Vera tried the bibimbap next. She mixed all the vegetables with the rice and added the red paste. The hot stone bowl made the rice on the bottom crispy. When she took a bite, she experienced many textures at once: crunchy, soft, chewy, and smooth. Her mouth was very confused but also very happy. "I think my mouth is learning," Vera said. "It is learning to understand flavors." "That is exactly right," Su-min said. "The more you eat, the more you will taste. Your tongue will become smarter." After breakfast, Su-min helped Vera get dressed. Vera could not go outside in her alien suit. People would stare and ask questions. So Su-min gave her some human clothes. Vera put on blue pants called jeans and a soft white shirt. She looked at herself in the mirror. "I look almost human," Vera said. "Except for my purple skin and golden eyes. You will say you are wearing costume makeup," Su-min said. "Many young people do this now. It is called cosplay. Nobody will think you are a real alien." They left the apartment and walked down the busy street. Vera was amazed by everything she saw. There were so many humans everywhere. They were all walking and talking and laughing. Some of them were eating food while they walked. "Humans eat outside?" Vera asked in surprise. "Not just in their homes?" "Oh yes," Su-min said. "We eat everywhere. In restaurants, in parks, on the street. Some people even eat while they work. Food is a part of everything we do." They stopped in front of a small building with a red sign. The sign had Korean letters that Vera could not read. Delicious smells were coming from inside. "This is Jaeho's restaurant," Su-min said. "He is my childhood friend. He makes the best food in the city." They walked inside. The restaurant was warm and cozy. There were wooden tables and soft cushions on the floor. An old woman was cooking something in the back. A young man came running toward them. He was tall and handsome, with friendly eyes. His hair was a little messy, and he wore a white cooking uniform with some stains on it. He hugged Su-min tightly. "Su-min. It has been too long," he said. Then he looked at Vera, and his eyes got wide. "Wow, your friend has amazing makeup. Is she a cosplayer?" "Something like that," Su-min said with a secret smile. "Jaeho, this is Vera. She is staying with me for a year. She is from very far away and has never tried much human food. I told her you are the best cook in the city." Jaeho's face turned a little red from the compliment. "Well, I do not know about best, but I work very hard. Please, sit down. I will make you something special." They sat at a table near the window. Jaeho disappeared into the kitchen. Vera could hear him talking to the old woman and the sound of pots banging together. "The old woman is his grandmother," Su-min explained. "She taught him how to cook. She has been cooking for 70 years. Her food has magic in it." Soon Jaeho came back with a huge tray. He placed many dishes on the table. There was grilled meat that was still sizzling. There was a thick red stew with tofu and vegetables. There were pancakes made from green onions. There were noodles and a cold brown sauce. "Please try everything," Jaeho said proudly. "This is just the beginning." Vera did not know what to try first. She decided to start with the grilled meat. She picked up a piece with her chopsticks. This time, she managed to hold them correctly. She put the meat in her mouth and chewed. The flavor was incredible. The meat was savory and slightly sweet. It was tender and juicy. The outside was a little crispy from the grill. Fat melted on her tongue and coated her whole mouth with richness. "What is this?" Vera asked with her eyes closed. "It is called bulgogi," Jaeho said. "It means fire meat. We marinate it in soy sauce, sugar, garlic, and pear juice. Then we grill it over fire." "Fire meat," Vera repeated. "It is the perfect name. I feel like I am eating a gentle fire." Jaeho looked very pleased. He watched as Vera tried each dish. She tasted the red stew, which was spicy and made her face turn more purple. She tried the pancakes, which were crispy and savory. She slurped the cold noodles, which were refreshing and sweet. With each bite, Vera learned something new about humans. She learned that they cared deeply about food. They spent hours preparing it. They used ingredients from all over the world. They mixed flavors in clever ways. Food was not just energy for humans. It was art. It was love. It was communication. Why do you work so hard on food? Vera asked Jeho. On my planet, we just absorb energy. It takes 1 second. But you spend hours cooking. Why? Jeho thought about this question carefully. He sat down across from Vera and folded his hands. When I cook for someone, I am giving them a piece of myself, he said. Every dish has my time, my effort, and my care in it. When someone eats my food and smiles, I feel happy. It is like I am hugging them through the food. Do you understand? Vera felt something strange in her chest. It was a warm feeling that spread through her whole body. She thought she understood. On my planet, we do not have this, she said quietly. We do not have this way of showing love. We just talk or touch. But you humans, you can put love into food. You can make someone feel cared for with a bowl of soup. That is very special. Su-min and Jeho looked at each other. They did not fully understand Vera's situation, but they could see that she was moved. There is so much more for you to try, Su-min said gently. Sweet foods, sour foods, cold foods, hot foods. Every country on Earth has different foods. You have only tasted a tiny bit of Korean food. Imagine what else is out there. Vera looked at the table full of dishes. She had eaten so much, but she wanted more. Her new human stomach was very greedy. Will you teach me to cook? Vera asked Jeho suddenly. I want to learn how to put love into food. I want to make food for others someday. Jeho's face broke into a huge smile. It would be my honor to teach you. Come back tomorrow. I will show you how to make the perfect rice. It is the foundation of everything. Vera nodded eagerly. She felt something new inside her. It was called excitement. She had never felt it before coming to Earth, but now she felt it every time she thought about food. As they left the restaurant, Vera looked back at Jeho waving goodbye. She looked at Su-min walking beside her. She looked at all the humans on the street, many of them carrying food or eating snacks. Humans were strange creatures. They were weak and short-lived compared to her species. But they had created something beautiful. They had created food culture, and Vera was just beginning to understand its power. Su-min, Vera said as they walked home. What is chocolate? You mentioned it last night. Su-min stopped walking. A mischievous smile appeared on her face. I think, Su-min said slowly, that you are not ready for chocolate yet. Chocolate is very powerful. We need to prepare you first. Vera did not understand. How could food need preparation? But she trusted her human roommate. She would wait. She would learn. And when she was finally ready, she would try the mysterious chocolate. For now, she was happy. Her stomach was full, her heart was warm, and her mind was full of new experiences. Earth was a wonderful planet indeed. My alien roommate tries human food for the first time part. 3 a week passed on Earth. Vera spent every day at Jeho's restaurant learning to cook. She learned how to wash rice until the water ran clear. She learned how to cut vegetables with a sharp knife without cutting her purple fingers. She learned how to control the fire on the stove so it was not too hot and not too cold. It was difficult work. Vera made many mistakes. She burned the rice 3 times. She cut the onions too thick. She added too much salt to the soup, but Jeho was patient with her. He never got angry. He just smiled and said the same thing every time. Cooking is about practice, he would say. Even my grandmother still learns new things after 70 years. Do not give up. Vera did not give up. She practiced every day. Slowly, she got better. By the end of the week, she could make a simple bowl of fried rice by herself. It was not as good as Su-min's fried rice, but it was edible. It was hers. One afternoon, Su-min came to the restaurant with exciting news. She was almost jumping up and down with happiness. Parents are coming to visit next week, she announced. They want to meet my new roommate. We should cook dinner for them together. Vera felt fear for the first time on Earth. Meeting human parents was a big deal. She had read about this in her research files. Parents were very important to humans. They wanted their children to be happy and safe. What if Sumin's parents did not like her? What if they discovered she was an alien? Do not worry, Sumin said, seeing Vera's worried face. My parents are very kind. They will love you. And they will be impressed that you can cook. My mother loves food more than anything. Jaeho agreed to help them plan the menu. They decided to make a big Korean feast. There would be bulgogi, japchae noodles, kimchi stew, fish, and many side dishes. It was an ambitious plan. Vera was nervous, but also excited. The day before the dinner, something unexpected happened. Sumin took Vera to a new place called a market. It was a huge building filled with food from all over the world. Vera had never seen so many ingredients in one place. There were fruits of every color. Red apples, yellow bananas, orange oranges, purple grapes, green melons. There were vegetables piled high in wooden boxes. There were fish lying on ice with their eyes still open. There was meat hanging from hooks. There were spices in glass jars that filled the air with strange and wonderful smells. This is where humans get their ingredients, Sumin explained. Farmers grow the food. Fishermen catch the fish. Then it all comes here for people to buy. Vera walked through the market in amazement. On her planet, they mined energy crystals from deep underground. It was a cold and mechanical process. But here, food came from living things. Plants grew in the soil. Animals lived in fields. Fish swam in the ocean. Everything was connected in a beautiful cycle of life. They bought all the ingredients they needed. Vera carried the heavy bags back to the apartment. Her arms were tired, but she did not complain. She was learning that human life required physical effort. Everything took work. Nothing came easily. That night, Vera could not sleep again. She lay in her bed and thought about the dinner. She wanted it to be perfect. She wanted Sumin's parents to be happy. She wanted to prove that she could be a good roommate. But something else was on her mind too. She was starting to feel strange feelings about Earth. She was starting to feel like she belonged here. The people, the food, the culture, it all felt more and more like home. Her mission was to observe humans for the Galactic Council. But she was becoming part of human life instead. The next day came quickly. Sumin and Vera started cooking early in the morning. They worked side by side in the tiny kitchen. Sumin gave instructions, and Vera followed them carefully. First, they marinated the beef for bulgogi. Vera mixed soy sauce, sugar, garlic, sesame oil, and pear juice in a big bowl. She put the thin slices of meat into the mixture and let them soak. Next, they prepared the japchae. This dish was made from sweet potato noodles mixed with vegetables and meat. Vera learned to cook the noodles until they were soft and chewy. She cut carrots, spinach, mushrooms, and onions into thin strips. The kimchi stew was the most difficult dish. It used old kimchi that had fermented for months. The smell was very strong. Vera's nose wrinkled at first, but she was getting used to it. Sumin taught her that fermented foods had special flavors that fresh foods did not have by afternoon. Steam rose from every pot and pan. The table was covered with colorful dishes. Vera looked at all the food they had made and felt proud. We did it, Sumin said, wiping sweat from her forehead. Now, we just need to wait for my parents. The doorbell rang at exactly 6 o'clock. Sumin opened the door, and 2 people walked in. The woman was short and round with a warm smile. She looked like an older version of Sumin. The man was tall and quiet with gentle eyes. Your mom, Dad, this is Vera, Sumin said. She is from very far away. She is staying with me for a year. Vera bowed deeply, like Sumin had taught her. It was the Korean way to show respect. It is an honor to meet you, Vera said carefully. Thank you for allowing me to stay with your daughter. Duh. Sumin's mother walked up to Vera and looked at her closely. She examined Vera's purple skin and golden eyes. Vera held her breath. Such beautiful makeup, the mother said finally. You young people are so creative these days. And look at this food. Did you help cook all this? I helped with the vegetables and the marinades, Vera said shyly. Su-min did most of the work. She is being modest, Su-min said. Vera has been learning to cook all week. She is very talented. They all sat down to eat. Su-min's mother tried every dish carefully. She chewed slowly and nodded her head. Vera watched nervously. The mother's opinion mattered more than anyone else's. After tasting the bulgogi, the mother put down her chopsticks. Her eyes were shining with tears. "This tastes like my grandmother's recipe," she said quietly. "The marinade is perfect. The meat is tender. Who made this?" "Vera made the marinade," Su-min said proudly. The mother looked at Vera with new eyes. "You have a gift, young lady. You understand food. You put care into your cooking. I can taste it." Vera felt warmth spreading through her chest again. It was the same feeling she got when Jae-ho praised her cooking. She was beginning to understand what Jae-ho meant about putting love into food. The dinner was a great success. They ate and talked for hours. Su-min's father was quiet but kind. He made small jokes that made everyone laugh. Su-min's mother told stories about Su-min as a child. She said Su-min once ate an entire cake by herself at a birthday party. "I was 5 years old," Su-min protested, "and it was a very small cake." Everyone laughed, including Vera. She was laughing more these days. It was another new human skill she was learning. After dinner, Su-min's mother pulled Vera aside. They stood by the window looking at the city lights. "Take care of my daughter," the mother said softly. "She works too hard. She forgets to eat sometimes. She needs someone to remind her to slow down." "I will take care of her," Vera promised. "She has taught me so much. I want to repay her kindness." The mother nodded and patted Vera's hand. "You are a good friend. I can tell. Some friendships last forever. I hope yours does." Vera thought about this after Su-min's parents left. Her mission would end in less than a year. She would have to go back to her planet and report to the Galactic Council. She would have to leave Su-min, Jae-ho, and all the wonderful human food behind. For the first time, Vera felt sad about leaving. She did not want to go back to cold energy crystals. She did not want to give up the warmth and flavor of human food. She did not want to lose her new friends, but she pushed these thoughts away. She still had many months left on Earth. There was still so much to experience. And Su-min had promised to show her chocolate soon. Whatever happened in the future, Vera was grateful for the present. She was grateful for every meal, every lesson, and every laugh. Earth was teaching her what it meant to be alive, and she would never forget it. My alien roommate tries human food for the first time 3 months. Had passed since Vera arrived on Earth. She had eaten hundreds of different foods. She had learned to cook dozens of dishes. She had visited restaurants, markets, and food festivals all over the city. But she still had not tried chocolate. Su-min kept saying she was not ready. Vera did not understand why. Chocolate was just food. How dangerous could it be? But she trusted Su-min. She waited patiently. Then one cold winter evening, Su-min came home with a small box. She placed it on the table with great ceremony. Jae-ho was there too. He had closed his restaurant early just for this moment. "Today's the day," Su-min announced. Today, Vera will try chocolate for the first time. Vera felt nervous. Everyone was treating this like a big event. She looked at the small box on the table. It was wrapped in golden paper with a red ribbon. "Why is everyone so serious?" Vera asked. "It is just food." Jae-ho shook his head slowly. "Chocolate is not just food. Chocolate is emotion. Chocolate is happiness in solid form. When you taste good chocolate, you will understand why humans fight wars and fall in love and write poetry." Su-min nodded in agreement. Chocolate changed human history. People traded gold for it. They traveled across oceans to find it. It is one of the most important discoveries humans ever made. Vera was now very curious. She reached for the box, but Su-min stopped her hand. "Wait," Su-min said. "First, you need to prepare. Close your eyes. Take deep breaths. Clear your mind of all thoughts." Vera did as she was told. She closed her golden eyes and breathed deeply. She tried to empty her mind. It was difficult because her heart was beating very fast. Now Suman said, "Open the box slowly." Vera opened her eyes and untied the red ribbon. She lifted the golden lid. Inside the box were 12 small chocolate pieces. They were different shapes and colors. Some were dark brown. Some were light brown. Some had patterns on top. The smell hit Vera immediately. It was rich and sweet and slightly bitter. It was unlike anything she had smelled before. Her mouth began to water. "Take the dark one first," Jeho suggested. "That is pure chocolate. No sugar added. It will show you the true flavor." Vera picked up a small dark chocolate square. It was cool and smooth in her hand. She brought it to her lips and hesitated. "Just let it melt on your tongue," Suman whispered. "Do not chew. Let it reveal itself slowly." Vera placed the chocolate on her tongue. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the chocolate began to melt from her body heat. The flavor started soft and gentle. Then it grew stronger and stronger. Vera's eyes went wide. Her whole body tensed. The chocolate was bitter at first, like strong coffee, but then sweetness crept in from the edges. The two flavors danced together on her tongue. She tasted fruits and flowers and something she could not name. The chocolate melted completely and slid down her throat. Vera sat completely still. A tear rolled down her purple cheek. "Are you okay?" Sumin asked worriedly. Vera opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. She had never experienced anything so intense. On her planet, there were no emotions like this. There was no pleasure this deep. Chocolate had unlocked something inside her that she did not know existed. "I understand now," Vera finally whispered. "I understand why you waited. I was not ready before, but I am ready now." She tried another piece. This one was lighter and sweeter. It tasted like milk and vanilla. The texture was smoother and creamier. It was different from the dark chocolate, but equally wonderful. She tried piece after piece. Each one was a new adventure. Some had nuts inside. Some had fruit filling. Some were mixed with coffee or caramel or sea salt. The variety was endless. By the time the box was empty, Vera was changed. She looked at her human friends with new understanding. "You have access to this every day," she said in amazement. "You can eat chocolate whenever you want. How do you survive? How do you do anything else?" Sumin laughed. "It is not easy. Chocolate is very addictive. But we learn to control ourselves. We eat a little bit at a time. We save it for special moments." "This is why humans are so strong," Vera said seriously. "You live in a world full of wonderful things, yet you still work and struggle and build civilizations. My species could never do this. We would just eat chocolate all day." Jeho smiled proudly. "Humans are survivors. We enjoy pleasure, but we do not let it control us." Well, most of us do not. That night, Vera could not sleep. She lay in bed thinking about everything she had learned. Humans were remarkable creatures. They had created food culture, cooking techniques, and now chocolate. They had turned eating into an art form. But Vera felt something else too. She felt guilt. She had been on Earth for 3 months, and she had sent no reports to the Galactic Council. She was supposed to be observing humans objectively. Instead, she was becoming one of them. Her communication device sat in her drawer untouched. The Galactic Council was probably wondering what happened to her. They were waiting for her assessment of humanity. Were humans ready to join the galactic community? Were they worthy of contact with other species? Vera knew the answer now. Humans were more than ready. They were creative, caring, and resilient. They had flaws, but they worked hard to overcome them. They deserved to know they were not alone in the universe. But if Vera made her report, her mission would end. The council might send her home early. She would have to leave her friends, her new skills, and all the food she had grown to love. For the first time in her life, Vera did not know what to do. Her duty said one thing. Her heart said another. She closed her eyes and tried to sleep, but the taste of chocolate still lingered on her tongue. Tomorrow, she would make a decision. Tonight, she would remember this perfect moment of discovery. My alien roommate tries. Human Food for the First Time Part 5. 1 year passed quickly on Earth. Vera had changed so much since she first arrived. She could cook many dishes by herself now. She knew the difference between good kimchi and great kimchi. She could use chopsticks perfectly. She had even learned to make her own chocolate truffles. But her time was running out. Her spaceship was still hidden in the field behind the apartment building. The Galactic Council had been waiting for her report. She could not ignore them any longer. On her last morning on Earth, Vera woke up early. She went to the kitchen and started cooking. She made all of Su-min's favorite dishes. She made fried rice, seaweed soup, japchae noodles, and vegetable pancakes. She even made chocolate cake for dessert. Su-min woke up to the smell of food. She walked into the kitchen and saw the table covered with dishes. Her eyes filled with tears. "You are leaving today, Su," Min said quietly. It was not a question. Vera nodded. "I have to make my report to the Galactic Council. I have delayed for too long." Su-min sat down at the table. She looked at all the food Vera had prepared. Each dish was perfect. Vera had truly become a skilled cook. "I will miss you," Su-min said. "This year has been the best year of my life. I never had a sister, but I think having you was like having a sister."
Oh.
Vera sat across from her friend. "I will miss you too. More than you know. On my planet, we do not form bonds like this. We do not share food or stories or laughter. I did not know what I was missing until I came here." They ate breakfast together in silence. Each bite was precious. Each moment was treasured. Jae-ho arrived later with pastries from his restaurant. He had known this day was coming. "I taught you everything I know," Jae-ho said to Vera. "Promise me you will keep cooking wherever you go." "Promise," Vera said. "I will bring human cooking to my planet. I will teach my people what food can be." After the meal, Vera changed into her gray alien suit. She looked strange and unfamiliar now. Su-min almost did not recognize her. "Before I go, I need to tell you something important," Vera said. She took a deep breath. "My report to the Galactic Council will be positive. I will tell them that humans are ready. I will recommend that we make contact soon." Su-min's eyes went wide. "You mean other aliens will come to Earth?" Vera nodded. "Not just aliens. Trade ships, scientists, ambassadors. Your planet will join the galactic community. You will learn about other worlds. Other worlds will learn about you."
How?
Jae-ho stepped forward excitedly. "Will they want to try our food?" Vera smiled. "Of course, I will tell everyone about human food. I will tell them about fried rice and bulgogi and chocolate. I will tell them that Earth has the best cooking in the entire galaxy." Su-min hugged Vera tightly. "Do you really have to go? Can you not stay a little longer?" Vera hugged her back. "I have to go, but this is not goodbye forever. When contact is established, I will come back. I will visit you every year. I will eat your cooking and tell you about my travels. This is just the beginning of our friendship." They walked to the empty field together. The spaceship was still there, covered in leaves and dirt. It had been waiting for a whole year. Vera pressed a button on her suit, and the ship hummed to life. The dirt fell away, and it shined silver in the morning sun. "It is so small," Su-min said in wonder. "You've traveled across the galaxy in that?" "It is bigger on the inside," Vera explained. "Alien technology is complicated." She hugged both her friends one more time. She gave Su-min a small crystal pendant. "This is from my planet," Vera said. "It is an energy crystal. It does not taste like anything, but it will remind you of me." Su-min held the crystal to her heart. "I will never forget you." Vera climbed into her spaceship. The door closed behind her. Through the window, she looked at her two human friends standing in the field. They were waving and crying and smiling all at the same time. The ship rose slowly into the air. It spun once, twice, and then shot up into the sky. In seconds, it was gone from view. Vera watched Earth get smaller and smaller through her window. The blue planet looked peaceful and beautiful from space. She felt a pain in her heart that she had never felt before. It was called missing someone. She turned on her communication device and began recording her report. Galactic Council, this is Agent Vera from North. I have completed my 1-year observation of humanity. My recommendation is complete acceptance into the galactic community. She paused and thought about what to say next. Humans are remarkable creatures. They are creative, emotional, and resilient. But their greatest achievement is their food culture. They have turned the simple act of eating into an expression of love, art, and community. Any species that can create chocolate deserves to be among the stars. She smiled as she continued her journey home. In her pocket, she carried a small box of chocolates. It was a gift from Su Min, just enough to share with her family on North. The galaxy was about to discover human food, and Vera knew that nothing would ever be the same. Far below on Earth, Su Min and Jae-ho walked back to the city together. The sky was empty now, but they knew Vera was out there somewhere. What do we do now? Jae-ho asked. Su Min smiled through her tears. We cook. We make the best food possible. Because when the aliens come, we want to be ready. Jae-ho laughed and nodded. They had work to do. The whole galaxy was waiting to taste their food, and they would not disappoint.